Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you once again with a brand new pickups video. We haven't done one of these in a while, people. And yeah, I've got 2 months to cover, September and October. Now, like the previous pickups videos, unlike the previous pickup videos, one major difference here: I am not going to go over the comics I bought. They're put away. I don't want to dig them out and try to remember which comics came from those 2 months. So, you know what I buy. I buy the usual Punisher, Deadpool, Civil War 2, and some odds and ends. The usual for me. However, we got a whole bunch of games to talk about, a movie to talk about, and I got a few statue-esque like items, including one statue, which was really cheap anyway. And I'm sure I'm going to forget some other little collectibles as well. I think this Gwenpool came from September or October. I can't remember. So for the minor things, I'm not going to go over those. But I got a lot of big things. Let's kick things off here with a movie that I have. Whoa! I'm dropping the games I have on me. Okay, I'm settled in now. Let's do this. The movie that I picked up: Captain America: Civil War. This was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It was the accumulation of like so many different things. It's funny, it's action-packed. Everybody gets their moment. I was going to say little moment, but for Ant-Man, he got a big moment. But yeah, awesome, folks. Really recommend this movie. It's one of my favorite MCU movies now. The Captain America trilogy as a whole, I think, is the best trilogy they've done. Granted, they've only done 2 so far, this one and the Iron Man trilogy. We don't talk about Iron Man 2. So this is a really good film. Loved it. Highly recommend it if you have not seen it. And if you were bored of Spider-Man movies before, this will get you hyped as hell for Spider-Man Homecoming next year. I cannot wait for that movie. Alright, so with that, let's dive into the games. I guess as usual, I will do a little quick run through of the digital games that I picked up. If I get a chance, you'll see them like pop up over here or over there, if I get time to really edit this video. And just as a note, I might have forgotten some things on this. I try to keep a good track record of what I pick up, but sometimes I just flat out forget to write things down. So on the digital side, I bought I Am Setsuna. Thanks to Izzy on that one, because he gave me a, I think it was a 10% discount code or 20 discount. Whatever, PlayStation had the deal on for like August. If you bought so much on the store, you got so much back. I never got my code. But Izzy, being the awesome guy that he is, gave me his code. And from it, I bought I Am Setsuna. I also picked up episode 2 of the Telltale Batman series, which is great, by the way. I still need to play episode 3. I haven't, which I'll talk about here later. But yeah, freaking awesome game, you know. It's good. It's good. Let's see here, digital. That was it for digital in September. Didn't buy much on the digital side that I can remember. In October, digital games, I bought WWE 2K17. Loving that. A lot of great videos coming up for that. In fact, depending on when this video goes up, I'm hoping to get it up on Saturday. But if it's up in the week, either way, the week of November the 6th, that Tuesday onwards, OGW, Outlaw Gamer Wrestling, has begun, and it's using WWE 2K17. I also picked up on the Vita the 2 PSP games, Khaldun, this is an RPG, and Khaldun 2. Great games from NIS, love them. Well, I've played the first one a fair bit back on the PSP. Have not played Khaldun, or I have played Khaldun 2 a little bit over on the PC. But yeah, fun games. I also picked up Arcade Game Series 3-in-1 pack for the PS4, which included Dig Dug, Pac-Man, and Galaga. 3 really great classic games. I love Pac-Man. I could play that so much. And it's surprising I haven't really just binged on that and used that as footage for the Glitch Dev Gaming podcast. Would be really boring, but yeah, would be very easy for me to do. I also picked up God Eater Resurrection on the Vita, so hoping to dive into that one really soon. I know it was a really great game back on PSP, I want to say originally it came out on. They re-released it on Vita and PS4. Really cool Namco Bandai. They've been bringing over a lot of games from Japan recently, so it's cool. And it's great that they still bring over the Vita versions too. And as long as they bring over the Vita versions, I will buy the Vita versions. I also recently bought Dead Rising on the PlayStation 4. I originally played this game back on the Wii, the original Wii, and it was bad back then. But I started playing it, and I have become ever so frustrated with it. God, I maybe it was like the way less zombies on the Wii version that did it, but man, that game is frustrating the hell out of me on PS4. But I'll try and stick with it for a bit longer. And the last thing I picked up digitally, Batman the Telltale series, Episode 3, The New World Order. So yeah, I picked that up. Haven't played it yet. Probably gonna dive into it after I'm finished recording this, to be honest with you. Alright, so let's dive into the physical games then. First off, the one and only 3DS game that I picked up. Dragon Quest VII. What's the title of this? Fragments of the Forgotten Past. I completely forgot them for a second. I started playing this. I am very early on into it. This, folks, if you've ever wanted to try a JRPG, a true JRPG, this is it for you. Because, you know, a lot of JRPGs nowadays, and even back in the day too, if someone said, like, you're going to do all the side quests, you're going to level everybody up, you're going to do everything in the game and then finish it, you know, 150 hours, maybe? Maybe? Does that sound reasonable? 80 hours, 90, 100, those would seem appropriate. This game, folks, if you go to howlongtobeat.com, 108 hours without doing side quests and just sticking to the main story. A friend of mine at work, he was like, so I bought Dragon Quest VII. I'm about 15 hours in, still a fisherman's son. This game is true JRPG. It is a true Dragon Quest game in that sense. And they announced there a couple days ago of this recording that Dragon Quest VIII is releasing on January 20th. Yeah, fuck me there. So much coming out. Alright, let's dive into the physical Vita games. Yes, I got a few physical Vita games. One nearly fell on the floor. Alright, so first off, we have the Day 1 edition of World of Final Fantasy. I've only loaded up the opening game on this, opening like cutscene on this so far, because every time I've tried to play it, I've fallen asleep because I've been tired. Like I'm like, okay, time to lay down in bed. I'll play a bit of World of Final Fantasy now, and then I'm gonna sleep. The one thing weird I'm gonna say about this, I'm not sure if I need to, if it's on the store as free DLC or whatnot, but there's no English voiceover in the Vita version. There's a DLC pack for the Japanese voiceover, and that's working fine. But there's no sound on the English side of things, which I've been finding really weird that they would do that, because it's completely fully voiceover on PS4. Maybe that was the compromise for the Vita version. I hadn't heard anybody say anything about that. I just find it really weird because I started out with just all subtitles for the characters and I thought that was a bit lame. Thankfully I have the Japanese voiceover pack, so I'll probably play with that on. Next up, I really need to dive into this title before the year's end, and that's Super Dimension Neptune vs. Sega Hard Girls. I love this series. You guys know by now that I love the Hyper Dimension, Super Dimension, Mega Dimension games, and this is the latest one in that long line. I am really interested to dive into this one. The main star of this game is Idea Factory, and yeah, really happy to have a physical copy of this one as well. Have all physical copies of those games, which can be hard to find after a while. And speaking of hard to find physical copies of Vita games, I made my very first ever limited run games purchase in September. And what game did I buy? Mystery Chronicle One-Way Heroics for the Vita. Their first ever Japanese developer published title, and I've been playing this off and on a little bit, and I'm having a blast with it. It's a roguelike where you're going through the same thing essentially, randomly generated maps. You've got this wall of light like coming behind you, or I guess going this way on the screen, coming at you. And you're moving in one way, fighting enemies, leveling up, getting money, buying new stuff, finding new stuff. And at the end, if you win or die, you get to save some of your items. You get rewarded a little bit so that the next run through is a bit easier. You can buy new classes, make it easier progressing, and I'm really digging it. I'm really liking it, and I'll probably put some more time in this game very soon, and it could be up there as a nominee for me this year for top 10 list. Just saying it now. Alright, so it's time for the 3 physical PS4 games that I picked up these last 2 months. First off, because they were selling them off like crazy, like fire at Toys R Us. The purge of Disney Infinity has begun, and I picked up Disney Infinity 3.0 starter kit, which came with this chick from the Clone Wars animated series, and Anakin Skywalker. I have not bought any other figures, though they were selling them off for like $5 at Toys R Us. I was really tempted to pick up Rocket Raccoon. I was very tempted, but I didn't do it. Still, I dove into the game for a little bit. It's fine. Things are probably going to end before I really dive into this hardcore, but it was like $17 after taxes. I really didn't care, just buying it for that. It'd be fun just to fool around with it a little bit. Maybe have an excuse to pick up a couple of the figures. The next game I got here, XCOM 2. As many of you know, XCOM Enemy Unknown is one of my favorite games in recent memory. I played the hell out of XCOM 1, or XCOM Enemy Unknown. I played through it on the PC a few times, right through. I played through it right through on the PS3. I played through it right through on the Vita, which I really want to start another file on the Vita soon. It's the perfect game for that. And yeah, so I got XCOM 2. I've been playing this, again, off and on a little bit here and there. Royally got my ass handed to me there at one point. That's cool. The customization of the characters are so much better, and I love it. And yeah, it's awesome. It is just fucking awesome, people. And you need to buy this game if you like strategy games. It's just so cool. You're fighting back. You're the rebels against the Empire, essentially, where, spoilers, they went with the bad ending for XCOM 1, so you didn't win, the aliens won, and they've taken over Earth, and now you're trying to fight back. It's really, really cool, and I've been loving it so much so far. Now on the other side of the spectrum, this game. This fucking game. I was excited for this game when it got announced. I was so happy back at that E3. Came out, reviews were kind of mixed onto it, but I'm like, maybe I'll like it. Izzy played it, he didn't have really that many good things to say about it. Then I bought it for $30 in September. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Folks, I'm disappointed. As of right now, when the Glitchy Awards rolls around on the Glitched Out Gaming Report, this is probably going to win my most disappointing game of 2016. I'm very unhappy with this game. It looks beautiful, but doing the open world nature of it, it just didn't work for me. Like, I was going around a few of the areas, a lot of it seemed the same to me. Whereas in the first game, where you had the planned levels that were designed and you ran through them, it felt so much better. And felt like you were seeing a lot more of the city itself. So yeah, this is disappointing. It looks good, but it's really all I can say about it. I was completely disappointed by this game. Completely. And folks, that does it for the physical and digital games that I picked up this month, and the games in general. So I do have a bunch of collectibles that we're going to go over next. Alright, so statues, collectibles, pop figurines, and something else. Let's talk about the pops first. The first pop that I picked up here, New York Comic Con exclusive, limited edition, sorry, The Killing Joke, the Joker. There he is right there with his camera. Oh, my nose is itchy. So yeah, really cool. I like this one. Grabbed it as soon as I saw it. Next up, another one of those New York Comic Con limited edition ones. It's Kitty Pryde with the little dragon with her, which I thought was absolutely adorable, and I forget his name and I hate myself for it. But yeah, another Marvel pop is always a good pop, and I finally got a pop that I've been wanting to get for a while now. Spoilers for Civil War, by the way, if you still haven't seen that. Civil War Giant Man pop. Look at this guy. You can't even see my face. Maybe a little bit. So yeah, Giant Man. Really, really happy to have this pop figure. And finally, not a pop, but a statue. I got something big for the ending here, which I've kind of revealed on Twitter anyway. I got myself a Persona 4 figure. Look at that. This was $18 off of Amazon, which I thought was an amazing price for her. One of my favorite characters, Yuri. I'm stopping to think right now because my mind is drawing a blank from Persona 4. So yeah, I thought she was Yukiko. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? I have failed my nerdism. Time to go shoot myself. But yeah, Yukiko, probably my favorite character from Persona 4, or one of my favorites. I thought she was absolutely awesome. And I bought this figure for $18 off of Amazon, and it's really nicely detailed for the price. It's really light. So yeah, really, really happy with this one. I've been looking at some of the other figures as well. Probably won't buy them though. Now, for the ending of this episode, what is a pickups video, folks, without the return of Amiibo-geddon? So what amiibos have I obtained? Well, folks, I tweeted out a picture not too long ago, or a week or so ago once this goes up, of me and Toys R Us, and they had a new influx of amiibos come in. Old amiibos I had not seen in ages, like Samus and Pit. But amongst those, amongst the ruin, there was life. And my mustache is coming out. There was Lucina, a Fire Emblem, in all her glory. She is awesome. And along with Lucina, there was Robin as well. And now, folks, with those two, there was only one more. There was only one more Fire Emblem character that I needed. And yes, folks, thanks to PlayAsia and thanks to their amiibo sale, I finally obtained Marth. I should add in some epic kind of music there while I was doing that. So there you go, folks. Marth in all his glory. Japanese Marth. Doesn't matter, they all work across any platform. So my Fire Emblem set now is complete. If only Nintendo would actually release Corn and Bayonetta and Cloud. Okay, so folks, that's it. That's it for the pickups video. I may be forgetting something. Who knows? I always tend to forget something. But anyways, that's going to do it for me for this video, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I have been Lord X. You have been awesome. And I will catch you next time. I definitely need to trim my mustache.